You know when you're shooting basketball hoops and you don't want to leave until you make that last swish? What is it? Is that like that in surfing? Where it's like you can't go in on a bad wave, dude.
That's one of the most dangerous things you could ever do.
Because you'll be stuck out there forever.
How's it? You know the rules. Aloha. Best surfer in the world, Sterling Spencer, and Cousin Ryan presents Pinch My Salt.
You once said that goofy footers are like Gen Z chicks. What is that all about?
Traveling with goofy footers is it's like traveling with such a needy chick.
Stop it, because I'm a goofy footer, dude.
It's like traveling with a chick that like brings a giant suitcase.
Why? What's
like
wrong with
a giant suitcase and like maybe 3 other purses. And everywhere you're going, every check-in point, it's like she's, let me just
pull out my laptop.
And she opens it up and it's like curling irons.
Really?
Hair dryers. And you're like, should I have dated this chick? I don't know.
So goofy footers don't travel light?
They only want to go left, no matter what.
That's why, well, no. Is Aki goofy foot?
Aki's the exception.
Oh, okay.
I know, he's the only pro server, you know.
Who's another goofy footer? Let's throw some guys under the bus.
Machado. I went to Nicaragua with him.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, for gold.
I went to Nicaragua with him, and he wouldn't let us go anywhere.
Because
we were on a perfect left. And it was a miracle I got him to go down there.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to go anywhere. It was like the final section, and the wave was so hard to surf on your backhand.
Right, so you're surfing
Some like backside. Like, God, this is hard. And he's just ripping. Like, everything's so easy. But even around here, my friends Brad and Tim, like...
Brad.
I'll text them every morning, and it's great out, but it's a right.
Yeah.
And like they'll be like, So what I started doing lately is I take a picture and reverse the image. And dude, the second I did that, Brad's like, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Dude, I totally get it. Because who wants... But how come you can't just say that about regular footers?
Regular footers don't mind going left. It's weird. We don't mind going backside.
Interesting.
It's a weird phenomenon. I'm telling you, every goofy footer out there is listening right now. They're like, he's right. They only want to go left, no matter, or they only want to go on their front hand no matter what,
right?
Which is left.
I mean,
it's exhausting to be around.
It's a Gen Z chick that packs too much.
Well, if you go on a trip with them, it's like, you know, the waves are firing, and you know they're going to be like, if it's right.
Yeah.
Even if it's right and left, they're still like.
So Rob was being a little bit.
He's been very vocal about it.
Really?
He's like, I just going left. He almost made a movie called Going Left.
Like the Zoolander. I can't go right.
Kind of.
I wanted to ask you actually about this to segue into that Nicaragua trip. How did you get Rob on that trip?
Years of convincing.
Just total, like you just had to keep on asking, or how did you do it?
I think how I tricked him. We were in California and we shot so much photos for him.
Yeah, fun, cool vibes.
Yeah, we did so much for him and his Instagram. I think he felt a little guilty. I think his contract with Hurley was coming up, and in his contract, if he's in a movie that gets more than 100,000 views, he got like a bonus or something.
Did you go like to his house and you guys went to the airport together and stuff?
No, he met us in Florida.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know any of this.
Mm-hmm.
And you had like 3 photographers and
he was like, oh, just buy my ticket and I'll pay you back. And he never paid me back.
Well,
which is fine.
It's just fine. And because he did have like the couple shots that made the movie.
Oh my God.
The barrel shot.
It was kind of like some of his best surfing.
That layback schwack.
And what's sick, that board was a boardy shape.
Oh, really? So he
was even extra psyched.
Dude. And then you guys did the karate chops. Rob is always down to clown.
I know, Rob. I'm surprised he never got on soft tops.
It's not too late. He could do it. His son Jackson. So what other dynamic on that trip? Wasn't there a lot of camera guy beef? We don't have to talk about it.
I brought 3 of the chorus Lord filmers, and they're all fighting.
I totally kind of understand that.
I brought Morgan Mawson, David Malcolm, and the Golden Bear.
Boom.
And they're all head honchos in their own fields.
Yeah, alpha males.
But they're all different fields. Like Bear is more like he would shoot. The Golden Bear would shoot. He was like Birdman's
I think he still is.
main guy's photographer.
He's like a rapper producer dude.
He's always like with Lil Wayne and
Dude, I was in Cancun with Bear one day. Somehow I was on top of a Hard Rock Cafe with drinks with Bear, and his mustache was twitching at me.
So he's used to running the show with like big guys.
Yeah.
And then Dave was the head of Transworld at the time.
Dang. So he's his own alpha.
So he was his own alpha. And then Morgan was like
Dude.
the head of Red Bull at the time.
Yeah, and he's
or Monster Energy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's doing something for them.
So they're all just really good in their worlds.
And they all came because all of them are my best friends.
Yeah.
But not together we're best friends.
It's like Seinfeld. It's weird if George hangs out with Elaine.
Right. So I was such good friends with all these guys.
So you were Seinfeld.
They're all doing me a favor.
Dang.
Like,
yeah. We're trying to finish this movie.
because I didn't have any money to make this movie.
Yeah, you made
I made that movie with $10,000.
your own money. And it all went to Rob's plane ticket.
So I brought them all, and Rob's there,
And they're all
and they're all like kind of directing things.
yeah.
But I'm actually the director.
And you're like, wait, boys.
But I couldn't. I had to juggle these
Yeah.
gnarly
Personality.
alpha males,
Yeah.
and they're all fighting with each other. Like, so Bear was shooting photos in the water, Morgan was filming in the water, and Dave was videoing from land.
Dude, it's sick.
And it was like this.
I know when you're watching a movie, you don't know all this funny dynamic that's going on.
I won't ever make a movie again unless I get a huge budget.
Yeah, so you don't have to deal with that crap.
Yeah, because if I could just pay my guys,
Right.
If I could have paid them all each 10
You'd
grand
be
a
like,
trip,
shut up.
yeah.
We're not doing this.
But if everyone's doing me a favor, it's hard to direct
Totally. I get it.
people. Like
Yeah.
like they're doing this because we're homies.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
So it was like this. How do I direct this while letting them direct
Yeah.
what they want to direct
And save the relationship.
and not ruin my relationships with all of them?
So,
And Morgan just this was kind of back when red cameras just came out.
yeah, dude.
And Morgan had this insane red camera.
I know.
So I really wanted to get these slow-mo shots of Rob and me and Dylan Perillo being gay and stuff.
Yeah, just funny moments.
Right, like the concept of gold. I grew up watching surf movies my whole life, and it was always like chicks and thongs
Always.
and like the classic alpha male. So gold was kind of like gold was going to be the reverse confusion of
yeah.
typical alpha surf
Like
males.
metrosexual. Or
Right.
like
It's
metro.
more so like bros going on a surf trip and then they're like kind of getting too close and they're like because
Dude, my father-in-law watched it. He's not a surfer, and he goes, a lot of guys in this movie. And he even said, I remember surf movies with chicks in it.
if you didn't have a tribal tattoo
Yeah.
and you didn't have bad boys on your
And you didn't beat up someone that day.
So I was trying. I with my comedy, I love messing with people, and I wanted people to feel a little uncomfortable, but I had to really be careful of not going too gay.
Yeah.
To like be like, wait a second, they're gay. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to be ever so One thing too, when you're on a surf trip with dudes for
It's
a
pretty
while,
gnarly.
sometimes you like get too lovey and you're like, whoa, are we gay?
Like, okay, let's go into that real quick. We can't skip over that. What does that mean?
I mean, when you're in Mexico
And it's
for
hot
2
out.
weeks and it's hot,
What does that mean?
like Dylan's skin's a little.
Shut up.
It's like guys in jail. They don't want to.
You're joking. Okay, so I've helped you make gold. I helped edit most of it. And you've never once told me there was a gay theme.
Because I didn't even edit it.
Oh, that is so funny.
Well, it's like, okay, so the beginning of the film, it's me and Dylan Graves.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're in Puerto Rico.
Sipping from coconuts.
And me and Dylan were, when we were growing up, he was East Coast champion, I was East Coast champion. We went back and forth. Like, Dylan was some of my main competition.
Oh, wow.
But also my best friend. And I actually went and lived with Dylan Graves in Puerto Rico when I was 14.
Yeah.
So that section of the film, you know, I'm like explaining to Dylan, like, we're kind of crushing it so hard.
Yeah.
Where we're getting like a little too close.
Because you're like...
Because we're champions.
You're feeding each other bananas.
Right. We're just like, we're so gnarly. We don't even care.
No.
I was explaining it to Dylan and he's like, I don't know, dude. Like he was kind of getting grumpy because I was like, let's see how far we can take it. And he's like, I don't know, bro. So we were in this palm tree farm.
Yeah.
And there was all these palm trees everywhere. And Dylan's like, oh, I forgot my drink. And he went to go get it. And when he came back, I was butt naked. Like I was in this giant palm tree farm. And I thought it'd be so funny if I'm just chilling naked.
But there's no camera capturing this?
No, we have.
Oh.
We filmed it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just alone with
And
him.
Dylan walked down. He's like, no.
You saw his line and
He was like, no, we're not doing this. And the golden bear was like, dude, what if you like held hands and walked off? And even I was like, dude, too much. And Dylan had like too many margaritas that morning.
so you almost tricked him.
And he got so freaked out. He like took a nap. Later on, he's like, and then he woke up, he's like, sorry, like it was just getting too weird. Well, apparently in the 80s.
Oh my gosh.
Did
Jerry
you know?
Lopez.
Did you?
That's why he went out to that island all alone.
Oh.
D-Land.
Well, apparently in the 80s, I'm not going to name any names.
Apparently in the 80s, what? Say a name. Come on.
A couple world champions, world title contenders.
Ooh.
So cocaine was really popular in the 80s.
What's happening?
And I don't know if you know this,
What?
but cocaine can make people gay, temporarily gay.
Or just like...
Like I'm not, that's a fact.
Well, or you could say it just makes you sex craved.
It makes you gay. So a lot of 80s core lords, like in photographers, they're getting nasty with each other.
Really? Wow.
And that went on for a little bit, and then the 90s movement came, and that like squashed it.
The gay powder was gone.
Yeah.
Can you say the name?
Hey Ryan.
Hey Sterling.
Should we crack into a West Peak?
Well, it's pinch my clip time.
Is it pinch my clip?
That means it's West Peak time.
I forgot to put my thong on. Can we still pinch my clip?
Yep. All right, here we go. Who's this little boy?
Is this Adam Sandler?
Does look like Adam Sandler. Oh, yunka.
Is this how shortboarders look at longboarders?
Yeah, this is what a longboarder looks like.
Like we're out there shredding so gnarly, and then a longboarder cruises on through like, hey guys, let me just walk to the nose here. Oh, I'm hanging heels. Hey boys, I'm a longboarder. Sorry.
Do longboarders have that like chip on their shoulder like that?
Oh yeah, they're doing like the easiest thing you could do in life.
Yeah, but it's
and
beautiful.
Then they're walking around like,
Even your boy, the scary guy?
Who? Joel.
I take it back. I didn't mean it.
Does Joel shortboard?
Yeah, he does.
But he just
Well,
chooses to stay.
yeah, it's like mid-lengths at Pipeline. Yeah, we should get Joel on a shortboard. That'd be
Dude.
sick. Put him on a gnarly tri-fin.
Do you think he could shred Florida waves? Like you two go out on a crappy day?
I would say he's better than you think.
I don't know.
But he's so used to cruising them.
Yeah. Who is one surfer you'd want to bring out here to surf in your world?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, Rob came out. Like, who would be fun to come out and be like, see if they could.
I remember I brought Dylan Graves here for the first time.
Yeah.
And he was so freaked out.
Why?
After the first day. He's like, I can't surf.
Yeah, it's unsurfable.
And Dave was filming us, and he's like, you need a couple weeks here. It's kind of gnarly. It's hard.
You seem so much happier. What happened? She's living.
See, Gen Zers, they don't ride horses anymore. They took it up a notch.
It's too dangerous.
Well, apparently this is more technical.
Really?
Yeah, riding these hobby horses. Just me and my horse.
So this is an SNL skit, right?
So cute, though.
Is it real? Do people really do this?
It's like those girls that wear cattails and run around.
It's on that level?
Yeah, it's the same weird world.
All right.
And TikTok turned these people into this.
Really? You sound so old.
No, for real.
It became like a trend.
I feel like to be more famous on TikTok, it's like you have to do something
really weird.
Even weirder.
What? What the?
Oh my gosh. Is this Tony Hawk?
No.
He's rollerblading now.
Dude.
What is it? It's like a sideways 900. That's pretty incredible, though.
Dude, if I was standing right there, my mouth would be like...
It's crazy. It's kind of like hip-hop dancing.
Did you ever get into rollerblading? Like even just as a child?
Yeah, I went through a rollerblading phase.
Me too.
I had slapped them on and I flew through the neighborhood.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's kind of great. Should we get some? It'd be nice to just slap them on and...
I could see you... I mean, it seems like you would do it. With the flute?
Here I come.
So this is Gabriel Medina and Italo Fiera.
Yeah.
And this is them training on the off season. And Gabriel's taint.
Whoa.
It's called taint spinning.
Dude.
And it balances your chakras.
Oh, it syncs them.
Yeah, it syncs each other's chakras.
Dang.
And it's also a type of mating.
That's why they're so good.
Yeah, that's why they're so connected. You know, there was a rumor going around that Gabriel and Italo were dating. I'm not making this up.
So it was a real TMZ rumor. Just staring at two randomly. They're doing this in front of children? Whoa.
Oh. Look how good they're getting.
God, little green goblin.
Little Yoshi.
Yes, Yoshi.
Look at him. There he's getting towed back out and he's freaking ripping.
Dude.
Gosh. They're getting so good. He's like 4.
I know, dude.
He's 4 and better than you. Backflips.
He has a rich dad.
Oh, is that why?
Ooh.
I mean, your dad had the tithe money.
I know.
He could have gotten me out there.
I could have gone on some surf trips. That green wetsuit, I love it.
This kid freaking rips. The next generation is going to be super interesting.
Why?
Just
because they're wave pool freaks?
Well, they'll be able to get so much more practice.
Right.
Like a core lord 10 years ago, you're on the worst board ever.
Yep.
That one shaper was like, okay, I'll shape a smaller board for this kid.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
And then you rode that same board for like 10 years because it was impossible to get another board.
No guy's taking the time.
And you waited for swells every 2 weeks. And you're just like, now it's like parents just send them to Waco, Texas.
Yep.
And they spend all day there for weeks.
When he probably was like, Daddy, I want a green wetsuit. And they just clicked a button. Doink.
Yeah, online.
Yeah.
Green wetsuit. Yeah!
Dude, well, good on ya. Is this the highest air in a wave pool ever?
Is that what people are saying?
That's what they're saying, and guess who it is?
Our boy Italo. Why is he wearing a hard hat?
I don't know. YMCA.
I want to go to the YMCA. You see Gabriel in the background cheering him on, pantless?
Fun to stay.
This is so gnarly.
Look at this.
Pause it at the top.
All right, here we go.
Dunk.
I mean, jeez.
What do you think? 15 feet?
Let's think about it. I don't know.
That's 10 feet.
That's ginormous.
That's bigger than Shaq.
For sure. So what do you think? Is it the biggest one?
It's got to be up there.
Here we go. Uh-oh, Polly's girlfriend.
So this Polly went to go on a date, and her boy came to pick her up.
Oh, really?
I was like, "Get the hell out of here! You're not dating a surfer, Polly."
Dude.
He's on a 3 fan.
Oh, so you didn't approve of her boyfriend?
Yeah, he should be on a 20.
Well, he's got a Billabong and a Volcom sticker, so
Yeah, that's
he's a
pretty
poser.
sus.
That's a poser, dude.
I remember back in the day, if someone had too many mixing logos happening, like Volcom beanie, Billabong shirt,
Yeah.
Quicksilver shorts.
You're like, what a kook.
Yeah, that's a straight kook. I remember I was on Billabong for so long. When I left Billabong, I remember worrying like, how I'm gonna get clothes.
Yeah, you weren't like, you had to be like the rest of us, dude.
No, seriously, it was like an anxiety in my mind. Like,
where am I gonna get t-shirts?
I've just had clothes appear my whole life.
Yeah, you would just get boxes of clothes.
Boxes of clothes.
I remember one time your mom had a garage sale or something, and you just got rid of so much stuff, and there's all these shirts I wanted, and I was like, dang it.
You didn't get them?
Because your mom sold them all. I think my wife went to it and picked like 1 or 2 out.
I used to give all my clothes away to like poor kids in neighborhoods and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, sure, kid. No, I always hook up Chandler.
You calling him a poor kid?
Yeah.
Chandler, we love you, bud. That's our cousin.
Dude, I had Chandler.
Oh, he was
styled.
Every time I
out.
saw him, he had Billabong.
Chandler loved me because I gave that kid like a new package of
He had
full Billabong
You're right.
every year.
I forgot all about
It
that.
made me so happy though.
He was He looked good, and he could skate. He could skate, dude.
Really?
He could do kick flips, heel flips.
Chandler good?
We would sneak out of Oma's house and go kickflip under the streetlight.
Dang, that sounds like a romance novel.
Kickflips on the streetlight.
Kickflips under the streetlights.
Love you, Chandler.
We love you, Chandler.
What's going on here, mate?
Dude, this is me every day. You the beat told him.
That is the stupidest thing you can do, but I've done it too.
You can't help it.
You want to punch an inanimate object.
I'll walk in my van and I'll hit my head and I'll look at it like, lucky, it's just us.
Dude, you're so right.
Lucky, it's just you and me.
Oh, I love how he walks away
Look
like,
at it again. Like, fuck. Oh, got you, mate. Yeah, mate.
it looks like he's looking back at it thinking it's going to do something.
Like, yeah, told that door what's up.
Oh, why is that funny? What is this? Oh, dude, look at these dolphins, mate.
He's like, oh, I didn't mean it.
Oh, my gosh.
I didn't mean it.
Dude, who did he piss off? Poseidon?
Where they fly out of nowhere? Get him, boys.
Dude.
That was a full-on attack.
Is that Prince Eric
Is that Prince Eric?
from Little Mermaid?
Dude, dolphins can be, if they're horny.
Dude.
I've heard people being like humped.
Uh-oh, steal your wife.
He's back.
Dude, I want to get one of these.
Low rider, riding through the streets, taking your babies. Hey, how's it? Hey, how's it? Meet me under the street lamps. Dude, I would love to cruise through Paris on this thing.
Paris?
Yeah. Hey, how's it? Excuse me, ladies.
This looks like you and Danny McBride had a baby.
Oh my god.
What do you got there, Punch? I'm punching it too, brother.
Dude, I feel like I just got punched in the face by
Mm.
Rihanna's new lingerie collection.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's crazy about West Peak? It's all organic.
Well, it's real
fruit
juice
juices.
and natural flavors, dude.
It's all real.
It's real.
It tastes like the Galapagos fruit just flowing into my mouth.
Plucked right off a tree.
Yeah, it's like taking a fruit off a tree and squeezing it with some vodka.
Oh.
And Rihanna's lingerie.
It's flowing in the wind.
Where do they go to get this?
Guys, go to drinkwestpeak.com. Type in Pinch My Salt for 20% off.
20% off?
20%
Are
off.
you kidding me?
Dude, people are ordering it and they're saying they're loving it.
20% off. That's like free shipping.
That's like a free box of fins or something.
That's cheaper than Rob Machado's quad fin setup.
Guys, go to drinkwestpeak.com. Type in Pinch My Salt to get 20% off. Later, dudes. Dude, you want to hear the funniest thing ever?
Mm-hmm.
So we have this thing at my church. It's called Connect Cards. Oh. So people fill them out and like, hey, I want to get involved in this ministry. I want to do this. Right. I got a Connect card. I'll show it. It said, I'd like to meet Sterling Spencer and Ryan Spencer, some kid that goes to our church. Put it in an offering.
Make a wish?
He wants to meet us, dude.
Is he tithing?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
How much is he tithing?
We'll check his tithing reports.
If his tithings report are correct.
Shut up. You know what I've realized? The one thing that pisses my wife off more than anything?
What?
Think about it. Guess. Give me 2 guesses. The biggest thing that pisses her off about me.
Like you're a mess?
That's one.
Lazy?
No, well, that kind of fits into it. You don't even have to be lazy. A woman,
take the initiative?
A wife doesn't want you ever at any point in the day to be sitting.
Really?
If you're sitting, she's like...
She gets mad at you?
Like this is a common thing in husbandry. If you're sitting, your wife is like, what the frick are you doing? Because she's like wiping counter. If you're sitting, so that's why you have to like, I'll like hear her coming down the hall and I'm like...
Start tap dancing. Hello, my darling. Hello, my lady.
I'll stand up and act like I'm like putting a shirt down or something. You don't have experienced that in your life?
Well, you married a schwaggart.
I know. People don't understand.
You married like head genetics, like where they don't stop moving and working.
Dude, last night I was at a storage unit at like 9:30 at night, putting our Christmas stuff in a storage unit because she wanted to clean the garage.
I always married groupies, and they're usually on the lazy side, which has its downsides.
Yeah, pluses and minuses.
Like I always married groupies, and like they like to lay around in the sun.
Dude, if I saw my wife sitting, I'd be like, oh my gosh, she has the flu.
Oh my God, she's about to die.
She has COVID, I think. That's a good thing and a bad thing. Love you, Brie.
But yeah, groupies.
They like to sit.
Well, groupies love you until you can't keep them the good life.
Or the adrenaline dies a little bit.
Well, say if you get like a brain injury or something.
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
wait,
what?
I thought we were going to Mexico next weekend.
Who's going to carry my luggage?
Dang.
So then it's like...
Well, so don't marry groupies. But not many people have groupies out there, dude.
Well, that's kind of like a hard thing for us like extreme sports athletes.
Yeah.
That's why we always end up with OnlyFans chicks by accident.
By accident. You downloaded the app. Log in. This is accident.
It's tricky. It's really tricky.
Well, none of us can relate because we're just normal humans that trudge through life. Famous people have that perspective.
We attract the wrong type of girls.
That's probably true. That's why you see these famous people, they end up with their high school sweetheart or that, and then their lives are good.
Well, that's why LeBron had such a phenomenal career.
Probably.
Because he married the girl that he first started dating in high school.
She was his ride or die, baby.
He always talks about her how, like, he could have never crushed his career without... Because they had kids, and she understood how important basketball is.
Right. Well, behind every good man, there's a good woman, and behind every good woman, there's a good man. Write that down.
But yeah, if you get a girl when you're climaxing in your career.
Right. Climbing.
If you're at your peak of your career and try to find a girl.
We've seen that. Yeah.
And also, too, when you're like the guy, because you're so competitive, guys, they're competitive with girls they get. They're like, oh, I got the baddiest baddie.
Right.
Like Rihanna's up there. Kind of our egos can get in the way too. Finding the right chick.
Did you see that on tour with guys? Like, oh, dude, freaking Taj just slayed.
Dude, Taj had like 7,000 girlfriends.
Dude.
Taj was the head of
it. Well, good for him. Speaking of women, dude, they all went to space the other day.
What was that about?
I don't get it. What is the point? Like,
Some people are really mad.
I know, but if they do. Well, I saw some guys, like, people said they're astronauts now. And I'm like, you just floated up for half a second. Now you're an astronaut?
Do you think it's real?
That's what
fake.
I know. But
And did you see when
it landed or
it
something?
landed, the door accidentally opened? And Bezos ran over and like closed it with it. And then he pretended to unlock the latch.
I saw a picture too. It showed this hand and it looked like a fake mannequin hand in there. I don't know. Who cares?
Also, the window, there's no window. And he stuck his head in talking to them like, all right, y'all ready?
You ready for the photo shoot?
And then
But how'd they film all that footage of them floating around?
in the
Wires?
studio earlier.
But how do they make it float?
They have
Technologies. But let me just ask the obvious question. Why fake it? What's the freaking point? People are that bored.
so many people think like we can't actually get into space.
It's so weird.
Like I mean the moon landing's a little sus.
I know. We could go down that.
What do you think?
I don't know. I there's no way of knowing 100%. But you know, AI they did this thing where they let AI analyze all the footage, every single thing, and they said it was like the percentage of it being fake was extremely high.
Really?
Yeah, and because of the way it was, this could be faked.
How high?
I don't remember, but it was like higher than, it was more leaning towards it could be fake. But
Why haven't we been back?
what's the point? Build a skate park up there or something? That'd be sick, a moon wave pool.
Well, everything with technology like is hundreds fold every 10 years.
Right.
And then some reason
We can't.
with the moon,
Maybe because it's just
we can't even get live footage from like a robot on it or whatever. But some reason back then they had full live coverage and he's talking to him on the moon like, how is it up there?
one small step for man,
It's a pretty sus.
one giant leap for mankind.
I'm not sure if I buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because, you know, if we're talking about this, like the whole thing was like we were trying to battle Russia or something.
So let's just fake it.
Let's just freaking film it in the desert. I don't know, dude. We'll find out when we go to heaven. That's the first thing I'm going to ask God.
Did we go to the moon?
Did we go to the moon,
We're
God?
on the moon.
Actually, the first things I'm going to ask God is, 1, did we go to the moon? 2, why did you give us hair and take it away? Why are we balding down here? Dude, so we posted that clip the other day of the Localism. The dude, cut to it.
Why do you have to be so hostile? No, we're not showing our waves on the foreigners, okay? You're not allowed to surf here. You're only locals here, okay? You must go now, right now.
I mean, he's got a GoPro.
Yeah, turn off the GoPro, dork.
Whoa, okay. Are you going on it? Yes, I'm going. You're going right now. I'm going right now. Okay, you off now. Okay. Whoa.
This is probably a super secret, like special wave. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go out with my GoPro.
And then look at him.
Here we go.
He's still in youth group. I mean, don't touch him.
He probably shouldn't have touched him, but I mean, he didn't beat him up.
I mean, if I go to a place like that, first off, I would ask, am I okay to surf here? Like, right? If you have common sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you have common sense.
People are so divided. What do you think?
What do you think?
What do I think? Okay, here's what I think. You have a different perspective.
Right.
You're a pro surfer, dude, at a higher level. Me, I'm just a happy-go-lucky boy that wants to have fun, but I also do have common sense. And I'll tell a quick story. I got to film with Jay Adams, the Core Lord skater dude for this company, Z-Flex, Zephyr. And we went to this spot, and I had this big rig, and he like leaned against the car, and he was like, bro, he's like, you can't bring that freaking camera out. And I was like, what? And he was like, well, I'm here to film. I'm hired to film. He's like, put it up. And I was like, okay. So we like walked to this thing, and there was all these dudes, and you could just feel it. Like, you don't film, don't even bring your phone out, nothing. And it gave me a quick snapshot. Like, okay, there's localism, and I get it. But people can't own the ocean.
So if people's argument is you can't own the ocean,
Yeah.
the earth is everyone's.
Yeah.
Right. Well, can I walk into your house then?
No, because that's private property.
Why is it private? Because you spent money? Money's just paper.
Okay, true. So, we're breaking down all the barriers.
Well, if you're going to use that theory, we're going all the way. We live in a world where in America, the whole world is different.
Yeah.
And in America, we think everything is ours.
True. It's a mentality.
It's a white person capitalist mentality. Like, kids look at their Instagram, see somewhere in the world, geotag, and they're like, I'm going to go there, and it's my world.
And vlog it.
Everything's about me.
Okay.
And it's like, you know, you go, say you go travel to an island, and this is where these people whole lives are.
Right.
And you come in and you're like, no, the ocean's mine. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, this is planet Earth.
I mean, it's not the way the world works.
It's true.
Like each country has to hold on to nuclear missiles and constantly say, we might shoot you,
Like,
for us to just stay in each other's out of each other's way. Like, humans are territorial.
Yeah.
And humans, like, you have to give respect to get respect with anything.
Right, I agree.
Like, if you're gonna let me come into your house, you know, if I'm respectful to you and you
Right.
trust me, you're like, come on in. What do
Yeah.
you want? Do you want to eat this? Like,
Yeah.
that's the way life is. And it's the same thing. You go to someone's town, you go to someone's surf break, you come there with humbleness and respect. They're gonna be like, come on in, just wait your
Right.
turn.
Wait your turn.
You know, that kid paddled out to I'm sure it's a secret wave and very important to people. And you're coming out with a GoPro on your head, paddling
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
you see comments of people like, if that guy did that to me, I'd bring 10 other people and beat his aspirin. Like, there's such a polar opposites. And I'm like, that's the type of person I probably don't want to be around.
well, it's like, I don't know. I think it's a white person disease because, like, white people always use the excuse. It's like, no, it's like when they say, when I read those comments over and over, like, the ocean's all of ours and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, yeah, I mean, technically, but, you know, that is like the disease
Yeah.
where, you know, like, if this spot blows up, all of a sudden there's a resort on the beach.
I know. And then locals can't afford.
And well, that's what I'm getting to. Like, so then, okay, a resort shows up
Yep.
and the rich people pay off whoever. And then those locals have to move out for this resort. All the water, all the money has to go into this resort. And then the people have to work for this resort. Then thousands to millions of people now are all just going to overcrowd this wave. Then the reality of the island goes up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then housing goes up.
Yep.
Then the people who have lived on this wherever, they have to leave.
I know. You're right.
And it's as simple as not letting this wave blow up. It really is as simple. Like, you go to Costa Rica now,
Dude.
like, it's insane. There's hundreds and hundreds of kooks everywhere. And anyone who had lived there their whole life, now they moved somewhere else.
You're right. It's sad.
And it's all from maybe locals should protect things. Like, maybe it is that sacred, because some people love their land and don't want to lose it to just rich people, because rich people don't care about the land. They only care about themselves. Like, look at Mark Zuckerberg on Hawaii. Like,
You're right.
what's going on in Hawaii right now is, like, no Hawaiian should have to move.
Heck
Like,
no.
there should be a law.
Yeah.
There should be housing for any born and raised Hawaiian. Like, there should be a law. And, you know, like, there's thousands of Hawaiians that are moving every year
Inland.
to Arizona
Oh.
because they can't afford to live in Hawaii anymore. And then Mark Zuckerberg has a $50 billion, like,
mansion.
fortress.
I know.
And
underground.
he's stuffing stuff under the fortress and like has people working around the clock protecting this. And it's like, you know, like all from maybe someone just not protecting what's theirs.
You're right. Well, money is king, dude. But dude, like one thing about it that pisses me off is like people that don't understand surf culture at all. They're like, this is why I hate surfing and I'll never do it, from videos like this.
Good.
This But like I saw a skater post on that video and they're like, skate culture isn't like this at all. It's welcoming, it's caring. And I'm like, it's a different world. Skateboarding, I've been around skaters and surfers. Surfing is so like unique and different. Skateboarding's like, we can go shred a mani pad out a Walmart parking lot for five hours.
Or you can go grab a tennis racket and hit
Oh,
balls
yeah.
with each other.
Yeah.
Like
but
every sport, surfing's different because like
it's true.
the ocean is special and certain parts of the world are special.
Right.
It's sacred and it's way bigger than just riding a wave.
Yeah.
It's like respecting the culture and respecting the sacredness. Like on the North Shore on Oahu, like they've been fighting like to keep it the way it is.
Yeah.
Like Hawaii is special because it is the way it is. And
Yeah.
like so many people have tried to put resorts and stuff.
Ugh.
And they've stopped it because they
Good.
they unite.
Heck yeah, dude.
Like Jack Johnson's a big part of that. I think he bought tons of land
And just left
leaves it.
Heck yeah.
And so, I mean, Kauai, you're not allowed to film.
Really?
There's a no filming.
I love that.
And it's a law to the people.
Right. It's not a written law.
It's not a written law.
It's a law.
So, you know, they did that because Oahu, you know, became the biggest mecca of the world. And now, you know, locals in Hawaii, like they can't even like surf anywhere without hundreds of freaking gringos.
You're right, bro.
So like, can we not like waves? Like there's not tons of waves.
Right. I know.
And if there is a good wave, there's a white guy looking to make money off of it.
Dude, it's happened in our town in Pensacola Beach. Not that their waves are that good, but they just overpopulate, put up these huge resorts, and now locals can't even go to the beach.
That's the thing. I grew up going to the beach. I get on the beach, there's nothing on it.
It's just like,
And it was very sacred.
yeah.
Like other people that got it, you know, we would enjoy the beach and the sacredness. And then, you know, like in my 20s, all of a sudden there's giant buildings. And so then they're like, well, it's bringing a lot of money to the area. And it's like, it's bringing money to like 5 rich people.
Booyah. That's true.
And the people that work at those hotels are like teenagers.
I know.
And then they quit and they just use
You're right.
the cheap labor.
Dude, you're right. It's these top, say, 30 dudes that are making all this money, and the rest of us are just like crowded in
And
traffic.
we lost our culture.
Dude, there's a place, I'm not even going to say it because I'm local, down on the beach I go to, and it takes me forever to get there, and you have to walk for 30 minutes to get to it, but there's no one's ever there. And I'm like, this is what it used to be everywhere on the beach.
Yeah.
Now it's just fat, sunburned shoobies.
Well, and they trash the island.
Oh, they don't give a crap.
We have to pay people nonstop to pick up after these
Dude,
people.
Your brother would love this. If Yancey was here right now, I've heard him talk about
Because
this.
he used to pick up.
Well, it's on his resume. But, dude, you're right, dude. Okay, so
All from localism, not standing up for themselves.
you're right.
It all can start from literally one wave.
Dude,
It really can.
it's the greed of money, though. It goes back to that.
Well, that's the thing. And that has been the age-old tale. Like,
Yep.
Christopher Columbus
Oh,
came
boy.
over.
And he
And
wanted
he
more.
probably told them what they wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Just like, the ocean's all of ours.
The land is all of
The
ours.
land is all of ours.
Here's some coats that'll give
And
you.
they tickle our native heartstrings. And we're like, yeah, I guess technically you're right. And then they go, backstab. We're selling it.
Here's a resort. Boink. In-ground pools.
And you're working for us now. It's like, what?
You'll get benefits. And you're like, okay.
When literally we could have not let these people in and just kept fishing and everything's free.
I know, dude. Because, like, okay, summer's coming, right? And I used to love going out to the beach with my family. I have 5 kids. We'd go out and party, hang out, blah, blah, and then go home. It takes me about 15 minutes to get to the beach. It should take me 15 minutes to get home. With traffic, it's like a 2-hour situation now. And I'm like, I don't even want to go anymore. And it's all these fat white dudes from Arizona. And you can't get to the beach. And it's locals don't even get to enjoy it anymore.
All from
money.
All from one surfer not all from one surfer not localizing his break.
We needed core lords back in the 90s, dude. Your dad should have
We need people to have backbones again.
You're right, Sterl.
And protect their lands.
But the problem is we post a clip like that where it's so violent and, you know, not really, but so scary and gnarly. People are like, surfers suck. And that guy, in my opinion, with the cameras and everything out nowadays, you can't do it anymore.
I would have grabbed his camera and go, case closed.
Case closed, baby. But there's a balance with all this, right? You can't just be some, okay, say you go to this spot where that kid got yelled at. Do you think that guy would have been like, no? Well,
to me?
Yeah, or would he be like, oh, that guy, like, say he doesn't know who you are, like, and how would you deal with it? But see, it's different. You have a different
if I'm paddling,
he'll know your paddle power.
You can see it.
He'll be like, all right.
He understands the rules just by the way I paddle.
All right.
Like, and also he's probably paddling out in front of everyone.
Okay.
If I'm paddling out to the side and just sit and minding my own business, what's there to yell about?
True.
And I wait my turn and catch the wave when they're already got their wave.
Yeah.
What's to yell about? And then I do a freaking huge backside tail blast and then paddle out super humble. They're kind of gonna be like, dude, that was sick.
A little bit. All right, he can stay.
They want to see it. I've gone to places where they want to watch you because they want to get better.
All right.
But I don't go out
right
and get in the way.
Yeah.
It's like I'm do it effort, like it's just effortless. Like I just go on in, follow the rules, and go on out.
Well, and in the comments, you can see the comments in this video, and there's people saying stuff. You could tell that person's is not a real surfer. Like and
he's also not going out there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
He's got a GoPro on his head.
I know. Well, dude, I don't know. I don't think the world will ever really be able to settle the issue because
people aren't real anymore.
Yeah.
Depression. This is the reason why everyone's depressed, because they're not connected.
Yep.
Like they just think everything's theirs. And it's like when you live in this concept where everything's yours, you just get a bunch of plastic every day and throw it away and like not think about where this plastic's going. It's like, it's this constant selfishness. Just give me what I want. I'm not going to think about anything else anywhere. It's just about me.
It's consumerism.
And we have millions of these people in America that there's just no connection. And then we're wondering why everyone's killing themselves. Yeah. It's like because there's rules of way to live, and if you don't follow them, you will get sad.
Yeah. It's true. It's that simple.
So it's more so like we're trying to save you from yourself.
Yeah. I mean, there was a shooting yesterday at Florida State University, or a couple days ago, and 2 people, some 20-year-old dude went into Florida State University 3 hours from here and just shot a bunch of people. And it's like, gosh, now
why are we still doing this? We're all the way the society is built. We're all losing our, like, we don't want any confrontation. We don't want to like stand up to anything.
I know, we're wusses.
And men are just like,
well, in the last YouTube video, I got called a cuck.
Are you?
No, I'm not a freaking cuck. Well,
what is a cuck?
I don't even know. I thought it was a sexual thing, but they said, I think it's like, I just agree with what Sterling said. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, that's why I'm always debating in my mind, like, am I being too core lord sometimes?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I think someone's got to stand up for something. Like, our surf culture was so strong at one point.
Yeah.
And we lost it because people lost their backbones to stand up for the core.
But what sucks, dude, is the wave of the futures is stronger than one core lord.
It's kooks.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna be like, ah,
Kooks.
like the future's coming.
I don't know though. I feel like Joe Rogan is a good example. Like he, like with UFC.
Yeah, with standing up for stuff and
Like he's a core lord of UFC, and now UFC is the biggest thing ever.
right.
You know, like say if we got super huge and we stuck to the principles of like, no, this is surf culture.
Yeah.
And it's like people want the real thing. That's why they like UFC. It's like real fighting.
Super real.
It's like that's what I don't want surfing to lose. Like all of our ancestors did so much in the last 100 years to make surfing as cool as it is, and now we're gonna let it go to kooks because it's just easier. It's just just focus on getting more money. It's like, I don't know, like maybe it's better to just stand on some principles, even though it's not this constant,
The ocean is for everyone and everything, and the rich people are going to come in and
we lose it. And there goes our culture again. I debate it in my mind all the time. It's like,
yeah, you're like almost second guessing yourself. Like, wait, am I right? Am I wrong? Am I not? Am I turning into that old man on the side? Back in my day.
Well, I'm also a very free spirit, and I've been the biggest advocate of fun in surfing.
True, yeah.
And it's like, you could say I'm a part of the problem.
Ooh.
Like, because, you know, I discovered internet surfing.
Interesting.
And I mean, if we're going to get deep into this, like when I started tapping into the internet and surfing and realized the power of it, I was kind of like hated.
Yeah,
because, you know, like with my humor and I'm making fun of everything, you know, maybe to the core lords, they were looking at me like I'm a soft topper. Because they're like, he's on the internet and he's like making fun of Laird and Kelly and he's being kind of gay and like I'd do stupid stuff like backhand Speedo.
I get what you're saying. Like, so even maybe you were thought of that way.
Well, what's funny, I was kind of like, people looked at me, I think, like they look at like the soft toppers now, just trying to get attention and stuff. But now that time has moved on, now they're realizing, dude, Sterling was like our core lord and we didn't appreciate him.
Because you were still such a soifa.
Well, even though like I wanted to make the funnest stuff and I was kind of going against the grain, surfing was always the backbone of everything. Like anything I did came with, I'm surfing as good as I can. And like that was me showing respect to surfing. Like there hasn't been one day where I'm not going surfing. Like that is my number one priority, and that's my craft. And
that shows. People see that.
I think it's showing now as time goes on. You know, like this has been 20 years going on. Like I've been doing this, and it's like, you know, I got injured and I was kind of gone for 10 years or 7 years. And, you know, like it got kind of weird. Like,
well, the YouTube land started.
Well, the godfathers of internet surfing are Dion Aegis, Dane Reynolds, and me. Mm-hmm. We were kind of the beginning of that revolution where, like, you know, everything was surf movies, everything was Taylor Steele, and everything was untouchable. Yeah. And it was like, we wanted to do what we wanted to do. We didn't want to do what Taylor Steele wanted us to do, even though we love him. Yeah. And so it was kind of a rebellion. And it was like, no, we're making our stuff and we're making it every day. Dang. And it was such a vibe, dude. That beginning internet years, because like none of us were doing it to monetize anything.
You couldn't even monetize it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so let me explain it real quick. So basically it was like surf films in that's all that came out. And then it switched all of a sudden. It was like, there's this thing called the internet. Dane Reynolds, Sterling, Dion. We're just putting clips out.
And it was such a vibe because we were finding new music. That was a big part of it. Was it
Yeah.
introducing, like I would find music, on what were the
LimeWire?
LimeWire and stuff. So
Haven't-
I would like search for days for a certain
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use this song. I got this session that I
Yeah.
filmed,
So cool.
and then you post it, and dude, it was such a vibe. And then Dane would come out with the craziest edits. What was crazy is Dane really revolutionized like internet surfing.
Right. He took it to that.
Because I was doing it and it was almost underground forever, like
Yeah.
5 years. And then Dane started posting these, like his sessions were better than people's full year surf sections.
Just a session.
Just
like,
one session. So Dane was on such another level surfing. Then his following became so huge, it trickled down to me.
heck yeah.
Like because of the algorithms that were
Yeah.
starting and stuff.
So weird.
So then all of a sudden I'm riding his coattails.
yeah.
But what was funny, like in Dane's eyes, he was never quite sure about me because like I do kind of like too gay stuff. Or
Well,
whatever.
you just maybe do things that might be kind of kooky, I guess. for
right.
them.
I was kooky.
But you were treading the line perfectly, in my opinion.
I think so now that we're looking back.
Right.
It was like I was a comedian and I was a core lord pro surfer. And to me, I was creating a magical world,
Yeah.
a magical balanced world where I don't need to be the cool guy. I can't be Dane Reynolds. I can't dress like Dion.
I know.
He
And
dressed insane.
the allergies at the thrift stores.
The allergies at the thrift store.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
You sniff.
But us three, I feel like we were really guiding the next generation because then like Connor Coffin and them, they had a blog and it was legit. And then Paul Fisher came along and his stuff
yeah.
wasn't like so funny.
He was crazy.
but he was still core. Like
Yeah, he was a great surfer.
he put out good surf clips still and like it was going in the right direction. And then I felt like I got injured. Dane kind of retired. He had 3 kids.
Oh, yeah. He kind of.
Well, I think Dane, he was such a core lord. He almost, you know how captains sink with the ship?
Yeah. Captains go down with the ship.
He went down with the indie ship.
The indie ship.
Because in that era, it was all, I would always joke, I always talked about indie street cred.
Yeah.
That was our guiding North Star. Because if your clip came out, you found the right music, you're shredding, and it was funny, it's like
Yeah.
you nailed the street cred. And Dane was kind of he was like low key the head of street cred.
And when you say street cred, you just mean core, hip, rad.
Right. Like it's about the art,
Yes. Okay.
nothing about making money from it. And so
You get choked up talking about Dane. So yeah.
I got injured. And then Dane, he left Quicksilver
Right.
and went to start his own brand. And it was so core lord, he wouldn't even sell to surf shops. It's like he went so core,
He went too core.
he sunk the ship
too core.
that he was sailing all of us on.
He went too core.
He went so core, like Craig followed him. Dion went with him. They went so core. And I think they were thinking like they're about to change the surf industry.
Right.
And which I was hoping it was going to do.
And did you step off the boat right before it just left the harbor? You're like, I'm not going on the core lord boat.
I mean, I would have gone with them. Anchors away. Because we were all so over
Quicksilver.
Billabong and Quicksilver. Like, we were so over, like,
Yeah, I get it.
we were rebelling.
Yeah.
But we also didn't realize we were also riding the coattails of our ancestors and legends. And we didn't respect that and have balance. Like, hey, we can't forget the shoulders that we walked on to get here.
Yeah, we're standing
Anyone
on
who's successful, there's shoulders you
yeah.
stood on someone else's shoulders to
Yep.
get there. So I think that's where we all made the mistake, where we were kind of rebelling too hard instead of finding balance. Like, hey, we gotta be kook a little bit. Like for the surf industry to keep its balance, you have to play the game a little bit.
A little bit.
And so then, you know, Dane, when he started his company Former, it didn't have the response that we're all expecting.
I've never even heard of it.
It was so strange, like,
Former.
because it was so cool. Like, because he linked up with Craig Anderson and then a couple skaters.
Sick.
And then one of the skaters died from cancer.
Oh, wow. Was it, I know who it is. Gosh, his name's escaping me. I think he had yeah. Super thin, rad
Find his
skater.
name.
Dylan Ryder?
Reader. And then Dylan died.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like,
dude.
He was kind of the guy in the skate world.
Oh, yeah. He's insane.
So I think when he died, it kind of really messed the wheels with that momentum.
Really?
And also, I don't know if surfers should start companies.
Well, maybe
starting a company,
yeah,
you realize you're not going to be surfing that much.
Yep, you're going to be at a computer.
Like, or managing people.
Yeah, emails and yeah.
So Dane was kind of our guiding star, and he left millions. I think he left millions of dollars of Quicksilver.
Dang.
And to start this Core Lord company, and I would love to interview him about it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like, I think he probably was like, man, maybe I shouldn't, like.
Well, I love what you're saying. You're saying you're standing on the shoulders of all these dudes that poured their hearts and souls into surfing, and you kind of like a child and a father rebelled. And you're like, no, we're going to go do something that's cooler, Dad. And he's like, all right. And then it didn't work out.
What's funny, Rob Machado, who's the ultimate professional, he was like giving me little. Rob never tells you what to do, but he was giving me little hints like, hey, y'all got to be like professional a little bit.
And that's code for like play the game.
Yeah, like, I mean, we always had core lords like Christian Fletcher and Matt Archibald. Like, these guys were counterculture, but they were so core lords, they could get away with it, kind of. Like, I don't know. I think Dane didn't understand how much responsibility he actually had. It's like LeBron in the NBA. He has a responsibility. Like, it's kind of on his shoulders to stay going the right direction and leading everyone the right way. Like, when he leaves, everyone's going to realize, like, damn, he was doing so much for everyone.
Right.
Like, he deserves so much respect. And I feel like, you know, like, because when I went down, and then when it's like, I think he burned out. This is what, I don't know exactly. It just felt like everyone burned out.
Yeah.
And then YouTube took over, and then freaking soft tops.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Yeah. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
How's it? Thank you for watching Pinch My Salt, the hit podcast of the world's #1 surfer, Sterling Spencer. You know the rules. Subscribe and tickle that like button. Pinch My Salt.